it's Nancy with Nancy's Nibbles of Life, and welcome back to the channel. If you're new around here, again, welcome. My name is Nancy, and I'm on the WW Personal Points program, and I also count calories. I love the holiday season. It's upon us, isn't it? I hope that you really enjoy this season, that you spend it with those that you love, and that you have all the fun and the treats to your heart's desire. I know that I will. You know, sometimes during the holiday, you get sick of the turkey and dressing. You want something a little different. And so today I thought I'd bring you a fun recipe that I recreated. You know, I love the McDonald's Filet O Fish. And, you know, that sandwich has gotten really expensive. And in my opinion, a little smaller. I don't know if that's necessarily true, but in any case, I love this sandwich. And when I came across a recent piece of cod in the grocery store, I thought, you know, I'm going to try to recreate that sandwich. And that's just what I did. Now, the points aren't very low. It's about the same as the sandwich in the store. But these ingredients are so much fresher. They taste so much better. And if you buy the piece of cod where you can get a few pieces out of it, you can have the sandwich anytime you want. So, are you ready to learn more about the recipe and see how it goes? Let's go. Let's look at our ingredients. You're going to need some capers, a little bit of pickle juice. You're going to need some light mayonnaise, also dill relish. You're going to need an onion, and this is all for our tartar sauce. You're also going to need a little bit of seasoned salt and pepper, your favorite bun. I'm not adding the points for the bun. Use the bun that you want to use. A little bit of tempura mix, American cheese. Of course, you need American cheese on a McDonald's Filet O Fish. Carbonated water, using a little sparkling water that I have there. And you're going to need some cooking oil because we're going to flash fry our filet. Okay, let's get started on this tartar sauce. You know, I love minced onion, but I am grating it for this preparation. The grated onion is very soft. It's a very flavorful addition to your tartar sauce, and so I'm using my grater, and that's about a teaspoon or so of a grated onion. You know, I really love that addition to my tartar sauce. Again, it's just kind of a soft texture to the onion, but it adds a punch in terms of flavor. So we have our onion, we're adding it to the bowl there. We're also going to use capers. Now, you don't see capers a lot in homemade tartar sauce, but it makes absolute sense. You know, the capers are very briny. They add such a little flavor pack punch to your tartar sauce, and it goes so well, of course, with the flavor of dill and your pickled veggies, like your, again, your dill relish. So we want to go ahead. I have about a teaspoon of those capers also. I'm just mincing those capers with my onion. You know, you don't want to put the whole caper into your sauce mix because it's just a little awkward biting into a whole caper. So take your knife and mince those capers down a little bit. You know, you'll find capers easily in the grocery store. It's kind of one of these items where you buy once and you probably won't have to buy it ever again because they last so long. All right, I'm adding 2 tablespoons of a light mayo here and giving that a mix. This sauce is 1 point per serving. We're making enough for 2 servings. So 1 point for the tartar sauce, which is great because we're using that light mayo. We're adding about a tablespoon of our relish, our dill relish, and we're also adding about a teaspoon or so of pickle juice. So I have these Cornichon, and the juice will work just fine, but whatever pickle juice you have, wonderful. All right, so we're going to give that a little stir, and I'm going to add a little bit of this Lawry's salt and pepper to our tartar sauce. It just kind of gives us another flavor profile. And I wish that I had white pepper for this recipe because, you know, you don't see black pepper specks in the McDonald's sandwich. So it would be great if I had black pepper, but that's okay. All right, an eighth of a teaspoon of those. You know, you're the cook, season how you think is appropriate. I always say that. But that is our delicious tartar sauce. Once you make this recipe, you won't go back to store-bought. So great, and you can't beat those points. Okay, let's move on to our tempura batter mix. We have a 1/3 of a cup there of that tempura mix. And we're going to add that to our bowl. And we're also going to add our carbonated or our sparkling water. So, you know, beer is a great way to also make tempura batter mix. But of course, that adds points and calories. So we're just going to use a carbonated water. Same effect, you know. It creates a very flaky crust on your tempura batter or your tempura fried, you know, veggies or fish, your proteins. So it's a great addition. Instead of flat water, carbonated water works really well. So about equal parts of the water and the mix. We're not going to use all of this tempura mix because you're just going to basically dunk your filet. Okay, here's about a 5-ounce piece of fresh cod. I love how thick this piece of cod is, you know. Those sandwiches at McDonald's, that patty is thin. So you get a nice thick piece of fish in your sandwich. So we're going to add salt and pepper to our filet and our mix as well. Because, of course, as soon as you dunk that piece of fish in your batter, it's kind of going to slide right off. So make sure your batter is seasoned as well. All right, here we go. Just again, drop that into the bowl. Make sure your water is cold, very cold on your tempura mix. That's one trick to making a very flaky crust as well. Ensure that your tempura mix is ice cold. Sometimes I add another bowl underneath that has ice in it and mix it together because it just creates a very, very cold batter mix. And again, that is just the key to really flaky, crispy tempura. Okay, so you just want to let this sit for a minute. Now, since we're flash frying our fish, let's preheat our oven to 350 because we're going to finish cooking it on a rack in the oven. All right, so I have here about 1/4 of a cup of cooking oil. I let my oil get really hot. Drop my batter in, my battered fish fillet in. I'm going to let that cook on us. Now, be very careful when you cook your fillet because that batter is wet and you're putting into that hot oil, it will pop on you. So watch out, be careful, don't stand over it like I am now. You don't want it to pop on you. You can look and see now how, you know, it's just kind of getting everywhere. Okay, let's flip our filet. See that golden crust? Looks really good. We're going to allow our filet to cook on both sides. You can flip it again if you want. It just ensures a nice golden crust. But I would say about 5-6 minutes on each side. That's all you want to cook it because, again, you know, this should be kind of a flash fry method. And you don't want to cook it all the way through. We want some of that grease to drain on our tray, and we want to finish it up in the oven. Okay, so here we are, removing it from our oil. I am counting 8 points for this filet. Of course, fish is 0 on WW, so I'm counting the filet as 8 points with the batter and the oil. Looks so good. All right, let's go ahead and drop it in the oven. So our tartar sauce, our filet, you know, 9 points so far. And we're going to also add that cheese for an additional 1 point. So we have us a 10-point filet, and then use whatever bun that you want. So, you know, if you use a low-carb bun, this could be a 12-point sandwich for you. which is about what you'd get in McDonald's. Okay, when your filet comes out of the oven, go ahead and add a little bit of salt. You have to flavor up your fillets when they're warm. So add that salt. Looks so delicious. All right, now, of course, you have to add that cheese to your filet. A filet of fish at McDonald's has, of course, that bright yellow cheese. So go ahead and add that to your filet. And I put mine back in the oven so that it would melt, but the oven has turned off. It's just warm, so I want it to melt a little bit. Okay, find your desired bun and add some of that homemade tartar sauce to the bottom. Look at that filet. It's so thick and golden brown. That cheese has melted. It's wonderful. I should have taken the time to steam my bun. This is a brioche bun that I'm using, and I wish that I had done that. So if you're going to also use a brioche bun, steam it, just so that it's a nicer presentation. All right, I'm laying my tartar sauce on thick. I love the extra tartar sauce. And look at that, so delicious. Again, that filet is 8 points. That cheese is 1. That tartar sauce is 1. 10 points. Use your favorite bun. Again, a low-carb bun, 12 points. You can find those buns for 2 points. And you have a 12-point McDonald's filet of fish sandwich. So yummy. I hope you give this a try. I'm going to also try this in the air fryer next time around. See if I can save me a few points. Looks good. Well, what did you think about that recipe? I enjoyed that sandwich. I've made it twice so far. It'll be in my regular routine when I want something crispy. Instead of going and getting all of that high sodium fast food, I'll just make my own. And although the points aren't very low, because of course you're flash frying that filet, it's still really crispy and juicy and delicious. So I hope that you give it a try. Okay, until the next video, please like this one, subscribe down below, and I'll see you soon. Take care, guys. Bye.